Okay, so what I'm getting the feeling of is that it's diner time. No? No? Okay. Okay, let's do this!
What?
No.
Yeah, I'll just pick Graves and like win the game in 10 minutes. AD's more contingent. I'll pick Xerath. Yeah, Xerath isn't the best against tanks.
I'll play Ziggs. I'll play Ziggs. We'll do nothing but sit at our turret.
Well, dude, if you play Ziggs, I'll solo kill you on Xerath.
You can have.
these teams.
You can try while I'm at my turret.
Wait, at least for 40 CS.
I'm literally not gonna do anything. Just sit at my turret. I'll sit at my tier 2 turret and just throw my bombs.
Yeah, dude, play Earth on Karthus and just keep ulting. In base. People used to do that. There's this game mode we played called ARAB, all random, all bottom on Dominion, and like in base Karthus was kind of a viable strategy. At least for like a bit, you'd full stack tier and ult a couple of times once you hit 6.
Yeah.
You're gonna block people from getting in
Yeah,
there.
you can't do that.
Troll in chat.
I better.
The teams look even.
They look alright.
It depends on the next
who's-
person who joins.
Yeah.
Man, it's good enough.
You just watched your girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
So you washed your hands?
Ew.
Yeah, can a bronze go to team 2? No, never mind. Alright.
The mojo.
Is that alright, or I don't know?
I don't know how we switch it now.
Want me to quit out?
Yeah,
So you can move people?
I think it's fine.
yeah, we might get out of here sooner. Kappa.
Alright. That's fine. Wale.
Super low bronzies with the 2 like gold players, and then just a bunch of like silvers. With
Yeah, Tuco, let's...
You want me to move out real quick?
Yeah, that's probably a good call. Alright, someone from team 1 switch it. Alright. Yeah, bronze to team 2.
Did they move?
Yeah, go for it. Oh no, is Wale back? No, Wale, you need to get in team 1. Or someone, whatever. Alright, someone left, so
Oh, great.
we'll see. Can Wale switch? Alright, yeah, that's pretty good. One more.
Fuck whales. Don't you remember the Star Trek movie? If we don't have whales, our planet will get destroyed.
No, fuck whales. It's all about the narwhal.
When does it bacon?
No. It doesn't. It never will.
One day we'll fill this. One day.
Here's
Active
some
you.
people in here. It's supposed to be tuna. I ate reindeer in the last one. Stop pulling duckos. Alright, this is good. Let's go.
Alright. Looks good to me. Who's the owner? X-Ray Shadow.
My money is on whale. Losing.
Yeah, Whale's good. He's like almost as good at CS as I am. Sometimes, if I'm like out of practice, better, but he really needs to work on like translating.
What are
CS.
you talking? I have no idea what you're talking about. I see him get onto the beach and then he's just fucked.
Kappa. No, he's good at CS. I think if he can translate his lead in the mid or late game. He'll go up an elo really fast because he mechanically can last hit really well, which is not something a lot of people are afforded at his elo.
Yeah, but then people blow them up with dynamite because, like, how else are you gonna get a whale off the beach? Like,
Spiel.
Alright. Into champ select for game 3. Shall I plug again?
yeah, I guess. Good.
Yeah, do the plug again. I like to listen to
Alright.
it.
Welcome everyone again. This is the third game tonight for the Trinity Force Network Battle Arena. I am Leshok. I am here with the Horse Doctor, UglyTuco, and Darkner. Now we're having Battle Arena, which is where we have two teams ranked from bronze to gold go head-to-head while we comment and you watch. And also remember to check us out at TrinityForcePodcast.com, home to the T-Force proper, the LCS Rundown, Oslo, and the Four Awards podcasts. If you like League of Legends, there's something for you there. And lastly, folks, remember, we're here to help each other improve and have fun, so no in-game toxicity will be tolerated. If you see any, please take a screenshot and contact us.
Please contact Riot if you see any biohazardous material. Because toxicity,
A moment of silence. A moment of silence for that joke.
Alright, bands. I really like the Gragas ban. He's a really good jungler right now. Provides a ton of damage even if he builds straight tank. So I like
I've been
that.
noticing a lot of more focus on jungle bans in most games that I've been in lately.
it's been like that for the past, like, season and a half. Jungles can just turn the game around too hard. Because they can build straight tank and still do a substantial amount of damage, or they can just build a substantial amount of damage and still tank. Fight!
I'll say, is Sejuani actually going to get through? But once again, I'm glad that if you have a priority pick, priority ban, try and give the other team the opportunity to ban it first and save it for your last one. If you know it's someone that's going to get typically banned, like say Sejuani.
Mag is preparing to
Okay.
make the greatest pick of all time.
Ezreal the target ban. Like I said before, if somebody specifically states they want to practice something, don't target ban it. But he didn't, so it's not a big deal. I just don't want to have to say that like every third week if this happens again. First pick Maokai's not too bad though. He can struggle in some lanes, but you just need to look to come back with TP if you get picked into a bad lane.
Oh, Lux pick.
Oh, the Ziggs pick. It's gonna be wave clear this game. It's gonna be all about wave clear.
So I was gonna say I don't like the Lux pick, but Lux actually does pretty well against. She does well against mid-range, like short-range casters, kind of like Vlad, and she does pretty well against people like Ziggs.
Yeah.
She struggles against assassins and a couple of like really weird things, but
Empress mages.
someone wanna ban this guy from chat.
Oh, we got a dirty talker in chat.
He's got horse in his name too. I can't ban him. I'm also not a mod.
I am also not a mod.
Not on this
Are none
channel.
of us mod? Darkner's a mod.
Yeah, do it.
I'm a mod on the other channel. I'm not on this one.
Oh no, we're doomed.
We're doomed for this horse imposter.
That's why I said earlier that I can impose my subjugation of my servants / oppress all of you.
So Varus is a really good pick in the Lucian.
But not if he keeps the ghost.
It's Stalker. If
Yeah,
you acknowledge
I know.
him, you're playing his game.
Yeah.
It's like bowling. Soccer's bullying you.
Gosh,
With that
stop
said, though,
letting him get to me.
Ziggs, I don't think teleport really works that well on him, but
Yeah, I think that's an interesting pick.
It's bad.
Well, I was going
It's-
for now.
Well, having teleport on Ziggs is just as good as having ignite, because it's like either way, you shouldn't be in a position where you need to use it.
That's fair.
I mean, if you want to affect other lanes as Ziggs, just walk halfway down the river and ult.
Yeah, it's like, what are you gonna do when you like TP there?
Yeah.
And you need to actually, when you have two picks that don't have damage, you really need to think about like what your other picks are. It's not bad with Lucian Lux though. That's quite a bit of damage.
I'm really curious to see who they're going to pull for the top lane or to pull the rest together.
I would just like another tank, man. Use Lucian Lux. If they can play their champions, you're kind of set. A damagey tank though, like a Scion or a Maokai, not like a pure. I'm trying to think of a top laner that just doesn't deal damage.
I think this Maokai is gonna carry the game. Just saying. The clairvoyance, like, pretty sure I saw Balls do this on Rumble. Pretty sure.
Yeah, his mind is so clear right now. I like the John pick. I don't know. I never think John is a bad pick. So.
Oh, so we're getting the jungle Maokai.
I guess.
It's a little less optimal.
Haven't seen that one in a while. He's always top lane.
I like equate it to Scion jungle. Like it's just like yeah, you're just throwing him in the jungle for apparently a chance to throw Riven top.
Ganking mid's really strong though, and Maokai's one of the best champions at ganking mid. Not as good as like old Maokai because of the shortened W range, but still pretty good.
Force, make me the greatest mod of all time. Go.
With great power comes great abuse.
Yes, exactly.
What's your name?
Darkner99.
So that's I didn't know your Twitch name.
I was actually Darkner99.
Alright.
If you want to throw an UglyTuco in there too,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
I am all powerful.
Is there a Supreme mod? Yeah, I can just give it to Bao Bao to troll people.
Garen, that's actually I don't know the matchup between Garen and Riven that well, but I would assume Garen comes out on top.
Yeah.
That's like the worst thing they could have picked with Nunu. Like, holy.
Yeah, who does Nunu synergize with here? Lux to get her passive procs?
You just peel backwards with Lucian and Lux. Like, their team is really good at peeling backwards with Lucian and Lux because they're both like carries that can do well on like Kaidi, but Garen's not that. Garen doesn't peel backwards.
Rule number one: Darkner is mid Soraka. It is the greatest champion pick ever. Thank you.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, I just ran it from a text file so I can change it to whatever I want to now. Rule number 2: stop scaling up at level 1.
I have no idea how good Wale's Riven is, but
Pretty good.
Garen is
He's farm
like-
heavy though. Riven's not someone you want to farm with all game.
yeah.
Yeah, Garen should generally win against Riven as long as you attack her before she can really get all her passive stacks off.
Don't push her too hard in the tower either. If you let her farm for free, it'll stay closer than it should.
For Varus and Janna, like as Janna, you can apply the just go and you can apply the shield after he autos or after he releases his arrow. As long as you shield him before it hits the target, it should apply the extra damage.
Yeah, that's a lane that John and Varus can look to bully really hard.
Yeah.
Just don't let Lucian too.
Yeah, there's not the hardest amount of, like, gank pressure coming from Nunu to run down there for that.
No.
Easy disengage for Janna.
I always make a note when I watch Nunus in this battle arena, and they get Sightstone. Either they don't use it or they ward defensively. The point of Nunu and Sightstone is to get aggressive wards down and shut down the other jungle. So hopefully he can look to do that. See, jungle matchup, neither of them really gank that well. Maokai's better at ganking though. But Nunu should have Maokai's jungle worded out. Mid, Ziggs should win early-ish. I've played this quite a few times on Lux. Once Lux gets blue, she can come back though. In top, Garen needs to win and not push. Because he needs to win, but he needs to get something from it. He needs to get a kill or a CS lead. If he just bullies and he doesn't get a CS lead from it at 9 or 6 or whatever, Riven will just overtake him. But I like Varus is one of my favorite ADs, and Janna is as well. So I wish I could play Varus right now, though. He's not good against a lot of the champions in the meta.
Yeah.
I practice him so much, and it's like, no, 4 tanks in every game, can't play Varus.
Not the best time in the world to main ADC.
No, I changed it up. Instead of playing late game champions to play tanks, I'm picking early game champions to beat the people who are playing late game champions really hard, and just trying to snowball and win in 20 or 25 minutes. It's working pretty well. Just playing Lucian, Graves, and Draven.
Well, blue team takes the skin war.
Yeah, I saw somebody with that skin on. Oh, who was I playing with? I can't remember. No, it was Crazy Phil or Tuco. I was doing a Earth with Chira, and one of you guys didn't have Garen, and everyone on my stream was making fun of the guy who didn't have a Garen skin. Dreadnoughts free.
I don't have a Garen skin.
It's free. Go get it. The splash out looks pretty cool too.
I don't want it.
Alright, just before the loading screen, there was a bunch of dogs with bells and a creepy puppet. I don't even know what I just saw.
Oh, that's my background.
He literally lives in, Five Nights at Freddy's. That's where Dr. lives.
I do a lot of stuff with dogs too. Those are some of our dogs.
This isn't a place we should go into that discussion. Maybe a psychiatrist office? Just nowhere where you can be, can be used against you in a court of law.
Alright. Like I said, I don't think TPM6 is the best. I don't see what you do.
I'm guessing that they probably just went with that simply because of the fact that Riven did not take TP and they wanted to have a TP.
Is it just me or are the thighs on Dragonblade Riven huge?
Mm-hmm.
Crush your
That
skull.
that girl will, yeah, crush a watermelon with those things.
You're objectifying her. Please stop.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know she wasn't independent enough already.
I read an article for a class. It was called, what was it? Here, I'm gonna look at my Skype really fast.
Someone noticed that Ziggs' head is as big as the bomb on his back.
Oh, empowered versus objectifying. There's a line between empowering somebody and objectifying them.
Yeah, based upon who has the actual power in the scenario.
I don't know. I didn't read the article. I just looked at the pictures. I think that's ridiculous. Alright.
There should also be a line drawn between horse shit and non-horse shit.
Alright, so 50 AP on Lux. You don't ever want to have 50 AP.
I don't like the Howling Gale start on Jaina.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused on that.
E against Lucian though, she should have E.
Oh well.
He's not the worst in some lanes, so you should just not have 50 AP.
Riven, you should go back and grab a trinket, but you don't have to.
Maokai shouldn't have AP either. He should have, old Season 2 Maokai ran AP because you could hit a certain breakpoint with saplings to erase.
Mm-hmm.
But now that's not how it works because some of the values got changed. And you probably just want to run attack speed reds, 1 attack speed quint, and 2 move speed quints. Kind of like a normal tank jungle page. Garen, don't stand at your tower.
Gotta help see if the other team's gonna invade
Whoa, I
your
hit
jungler's red buff.
Yeah, I gotta provide some form of vision. Otherwise, you're just sitting up there at the tower doing nothing.
It's not the worst mid if you're in lane, because you have like some weird vision, but top and bot it's pretty bad. Alright, let's see what's going on mid. So when you go into lane and mid, you kind of want to throw in a spell early if you think you can hit them, because then you get mana regen starting, and you give yourself more spells in the long run. But if you just like sit and don't cast the spell for a really long time, it's pretty pointless. Where is this Garen? Garen needs to make sure everyone doesn't 2 first. If everyone 2 first and like chunks Garen and then stops passive all game, Garen won't win lane.
I typically prefer
Riven just won lane.
I typically prefer starting E on Lux. It's a much more dependable ability to land in the one-on-one lane.
It's better because you can walk up and you E casters once, and you E them again, and then you auto them 3 times, and then you have control over 2. You do the same thing on Twisted Fate with red card. You just walk up and red card casters twice, so you have control of 2 on the wave.
You can also start W in some situations, so you can farm, but that's only if they have their champions have early game burst, but it has really long.
How did that happen?
Annie.
Anybody see what happened, bot?
No.
Interesting. They went too hard after they got summoners.
Mega.
New sticking dragon.
Good. Punish them for. Oh.
I would drop your ward at the very least if you're going to do this.
There was the
Oh
Varus
man,
Q
there's
there.
a bunch of things going on.
This game is full of intensified, juicy action.
Do we need to divide ourselves between top lane, mid, jungle, and bot to who's watching what?
No, I got the epic camera control. It's pretty good when I'm focusing on it. But sometimes these games are just too crazy to even like predict.
Riven's not trading the Garen. He's trying to do his best.
Well, he can't really out-trade people for the first, like, 3 levels, to tell the truth. He has to get, like, 2 points into his spinning Beyblade before he can really out-trade people.
Actually, on Garen, against the Riven matchup, I'm pretty sure you max out your silence first, doesn't
Riven
it?
just won level 1 too hard. She, like, halved Garen with her Q.
Yeah.
You want to keep her silence as long as possible. That's what really screws over Riven in trade.
She can't cast, and that's pretty much all. That's a significant amount of her damage.
So,
that
Dash can't bully anymore. He's
Well, he still has his passive as long as he uses it properly. The passive on his E.
He should have just like bodied the wave with Q and denied farm. Varus is too greedy with this. But
And
he missed hook and now he can't.
And honestly, you should usually not opt to put a second point in hook before you get lantern. There's no real reason why you shouldn't get lantern over a second point in hook. The base damage increase isn't that great, and the cooldown reduction is only about like 2 seconds.
So like, if you go for this ward early-ish, you generally want to do it higher towards Wraiths.
So I want to talk about this Maokai's jungle route so far.
Bad.
And right, he's actually about to almost got executed. He went straight. Looked like blue buff.
When you die, you don't go boots. Get an item to help you clear. But yeah, he went blue. Did he start blue or start ghost?
He started Gromp.
So
And
he
then
went
I didn't
Gromp?
see where he went after that, and then he ended up dying to red. His smite should have been up for red, I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he went Gromp blue into wolves and then went.
Well, the thing is, I'm looking at his gold, and it did not have enough gold to justify having done that many camps.
So just go, if you're gonna do that, go like Gromp, Wolves, and then Smite Blue. Or something like that.
Yeah, you don't have to get both buffs right away. It's possible for you to just get one side first before you back.
Sometimes it's even like you want to wait to get one of those buffs until you're second back, so that
And
you
sometimes
have
it
it.
allows you to gank a lane earlier than what the enemy would expect. So
Yeah, the triangle route also allows you to just take Scuttle, which is really free, like EXP and gold.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of going, say, Gromp, Blue, Wolves, Scuttle, and then back to get my
If you
upgrade
did
item
that,
in a
you'd go
pink.
Gromp, Wolves, Blue. Oh yeah, that's what you said, yeah.
I will say that Garen put himself in a really bad situation by getting a pink ward and a green ward. It's like you already don't have lane dominance, so there's you're already gonna be playing like at your turret. Getting vision control on your side of the map isn't gonna help you that much. Like getting more potions or doing something else with that gold would have come in handy.
Did Malachi not see that pink ward, or is he just ignoring it?
Oh, wait. There we go.
Hey.
And here comes Nunu.
Mojo Jojo.
Haha, and he's playing Nunu.
Good word here. The wards from red
Shield
team are
him,
too
shield him. There we
defensive.
go. Keep going.
like-
You got the shield. You got the advantage.
Like honestly, Garen at this point wants to abuse his passive. Like he wants to trade with Riven.
Look at these defensive pinks from red. They have like 4 pretty good pinks.
Wow.
Well,
They
yeah.
really. They have a Nunu. Why are they being so defensive about their
Yeah,
own jungle?
It's hard because I want to like applaud the fact that they're pinking well, but they're
Yeah.
also playing Nunu versus Maokai.
Like Garen just out traded that Riven really well.
Yeah.
Yes, he pressed his face on the keyboard.
Both junglers are wasting a little bit of time here top lane.
Yeah, they've both been there for quite well too long.
Does Garen have ult? I would flash. I
he
would
hasn't
flash
yet.
silence Scriven and then kill her.
You got to get the silence first so she can't get the
Whoa, you doing?
shield.
See, the reason I
You
say
picked her
flash
up.
here is you make it unpredictable enough when you flash that she's not gonna have time to flash and react to silence. Whereas if you walk up to her with a glowing sword, she won't give you the time of day.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta flash for it. She can't
But
E too if you pull that play.
Especially since this sword doesn't have a charge up or a wind up. So if you can flash and you can Q while in the animation of flashing. So on your arrival you have your Q up.
Alright, Lux has blue buff now.
Yeah, it's her
Let's do
time
a
to win the
shit.
lane.
Yeah.
There's a lot of champions though, like Morgana and Kennen and stuff, where sometimes if like the kill is free or Garen with silence, you just like use your combo to take it. Like you flash behind instead of like maybe missing behind or
Or,
flash
uh,
Q Kennen.
So it looks like
Zigzal question mark.
red team noticed that he was gone though. So
When you ward down from blue side, you need to check this bush that has a pink in it right now. Or it's good too, because
If
that
you're-
kind of ruined his roam.
And if you're not maxing out your spin to win on Garen, you shouldn't be trying to use it as wave clear because you're most likely just gonna screw yourself out of more CS.
Alright, so cast your spells where they're walking, not where they are. For Lux, and don't flash there.
oh,
Wow, this looks good.
Whoa.
Like a pentakill. Not a penta, probably a double, but. Huh.
oh, that was close.
You should have
Top lane.
been going for it, honestly.
He had the health. Oh
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, the health, the Q, and the flash.
Okay, once
He had vision
Oh.
jungler bot too.
Yeah, he had vision of their entire team.
That's good.
Honestly, he should push in this next wave and then go back.
Mhm,
Yeah,
probably.
because Riven doesn't have teleport. She can't answer that.
I don't know how much gold Lucian had, but generally pickaxe longsword's better than pickaxe boot.
Oh, that was
It's good.
hi Nunu.
This is a really bad dragon.
That was
Oh.
the flash by Nunu was really questionable.
So, the dragon doesn't seem like it does a lot to you, but you have to respect that if you're not getting help, it's going to take you like 4 minutes to kill it on Nunu. So it's probably just like not a good call.
Oh!
Oh,
Wow! Oh, he's smite. Okay, I'm used to seeing him
That's
as
a
a
dead
top
Janna.
laner.
I'm sorry, not that's dead Lux.
They even like backed up so let the carry get it.
Yeah,
Alright,
I mean
so,
they had that luxury. They really did.
so Nunu just had a Warden's Mail, and then he sold it for Mo Beast.
Garen shouldn't have engaged there when he saw the Riven ult. He should just let it run out.
Yeah,
get
just
your-
let it run out, and 10 seconds later you can go in on her and kill her.
Punch her in the face.
So get your jungle thing, or Sightstone or Boots, Nunu. You got your part of your jungle thing in Boots, but these two cloth diamonds do nothing. And Lucian, don't get Zerks. You kind of just need to get a longsword or sit for BF. Your IE's gonna come too late now. And Varus has got like 1375 left on his. You probably can never come back in lane now. Especially with Nunu ganks.
Boy,
Varus
look
needs
at
to play
the,
more aggressively and just walk up to him and auto and E him though.
You guys see
Yeah.
the CS advantage that Garen had,
Oh,
or that Riven has over Garen?
Yeah, Wally's the CS king.
Yeah, Garen's had a little trouble CSing under tower.
Oh, this should
He
be
doesn't
a
know the pattern that well.
Questionable realm. Physics. I hate Garen. He looks like the most brain dead champion ever. He just runs in with the flying sword.
He is. He's a little brain dead. Fun to play though. Oh, just ult this Thresh right now.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest things I've seen Varus holding ult. He should be orb walking forward to try and secure the Thresh and dodge the bind there, not standing still, but that's not a huge deal.
It's good use of Janna's ult for splitting up the supported ADC.
I will say though, the amount of map control that Red has just through vision is amazing.
Man, she's got 2
Let's
levels
look.
on him.
It's true, they can totally see themselves losing everywhere.
This is
No.
okay. What's blue team have? No, blue team's just crap. Alright.
Yeah. Blue team does not have vision anywhere.
I don't like the getting Chalice this early in Janna. I think she
Lux.
really needs to Spanish Mobies or get something else.
Lux is gonna have to carry her team back into this game, I feel like. All the other lanes are a little too far behind to do anything. She's got to roam top or bot.
Lux needs items to do that.
Garen really needs to give up that CS and just let his passive tick him back up.
Stalker Flash, no. I think he could have lived if he healed early.
Oh, Asmo, you're dead. I think.
Mm.
And Lux, too.
You want to start engages by silencing her, not trying to do that at the end of it.
So that's what I talked about earlier. Makai has really good ganks mid. Lucian can actually come back now if he's enough for BF. Yep. He got really bailed out with those kills. But sometimes you get lucky, man.
I'd really like to see Mobies on Maokai as soon as possible, because he's so slow.
This isn't bad. Tier 1 and Cinderhawk, if you can get it earlier in the other jungler for the power spike, is actually decent.
Yeah.
I know Riven really wants the last Whisper to shred Garen's armor, but I would like to see TM out for the auto reset into wave clear. Because a lot of times Garen won't let you kill him like this if he's playing correctly, and T-Mat just lets you push and roam if you have to. Which certainly happens.
And Garen doesn't see us very well under tower.
I don't know why Thresh is helping his jungler right now.
Double jungle, new meta.
New
Speed.
meta.
He's carrying the jungle.
He's wasting time just helping around. He needs to be warding or with his AD carry right now.
I am confused why Janna put 4 points into Zephyr before she put any into her shield.
She probably looked up an old guide. People used to max W first in Janna before the change. Or some people. It was like 50-50 between W and shield.
If you're looking to trade Garen, you're gonna have to start with silence. You can't just walk up. And I didn't see him activate W either for damage reduction, but it could have been on cooldown.
It was.
No, you just gotta leave. Just leave, man.
Your passive heals you quickly, but not that quickly.
Yeah.
So this is what comes down to a lot of games. Ooh.
Wow.
Makai's so good at
Ziggs
ganking.
isn't really on board with that gank, though.
No, I don't think he's quick in the flash.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know, it's reasonable in that most of the junglers in his games won't flash, but it's also like, wow, his game's still there. Outplay Faker.
Oh,
No.
one more snowball. There it is.
But no, like the CS from Lux and Ziggs is like rough enough that neither of them have 900 when they B, and like now they're just sitting on weird buys instead of Athenes. Really work on that last hitting. So Lucian and Thresh should be keeping timers now, and they should know that Janna doesn't have exhaust, and they should be trying to fight. But wow, that's a good Janna.
A little iffy on the channel up there. Oh, Mega's there though.
I don't like the marks on Maokai here.
I feel like Maokai could go with them and they could potentially... Oh, they don't know where Nunu is, but they could potentially dive them in that tower. It'd be risky, but Maokai's got enough health. I feel
Yeah.
like
I don't
he'd be-
think Varus has enough mana to do that, but yeah.
They don't have vision of Luxor, it's not smart.
Yeah, they need to get more vision out there.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
they do.
try and...
Kappa.
Living Ward.
To be fair, Ziggs has teleport. you really-
Oh, that was an aggressive flash. Wow.
Alright, so playmaking
Wild turtle,
tip.
ladies and gentlemen.
If you're gonna pull that, A-click, like, 0.1 before you flash. Try and clip them really close to each other, but A-click, like, slightly before you press it, like that all-star flash trick. So as soon as you flash over the wall, you flash into an auto. You don't have to re-click after you flash.
I'll say that was a really aggressive move. It paid off, but it was close.
Nunu needs his jungle then.
Oh, look. Looks like Riven's actually freezing the lane, maybe.
Yeah, I talked to Wally about freezing. Hopefully he's figuring it out. That's actually one reason you would go last Spirit over Tiamat is to freeze. When you want to freeze like this, you want to this isn't too bad. He could let
So-
the creeps get a little lower, but it's not the worst.
He's basically forcing Garen to roam the map to search for ways to earn gold right now.
He needs
Yeah.
to tank out this next wave if he wants to freeze though.
Garen's so starved
Yeah.
that Nunu almost has as much CS as him.
No, he should be tanking the creep aggro here. The wave is gonna snowball. Unless he wanted to snowball it, then this isn't bad. But he's
Wow.
like one creep too many to snowball. Nox. Kill it.
That was a really well timed walk up and smite the blue buff by Nunu.
That's my favorite thing.
And this is where vision starts to matter less and less because they don't have the power to defend their site.
Yeah, Janna and Varus are just being able to take it to him.
Honestly, at that point, once Lucian saw that
Nice
Thresh and Nunu were on the side, Thresh should have tried a flash hook. Lucian should have gone in, and Thresh should have thrown back the lantern for Nunu.
Yeah, one note too. Soccer should have tier 2 boots on CL, like tier 2 and dagger.
They should be abusing the fact that what? No, God. God. I find it really entertaining those moments where I'm completely speechless. That was very preliminary.
As compared to what other moments? No.
Oh God, there have been a few in BA and in Bronze Boot Camp where I'm just left speechless.
Two boots fan and no stack chow.
Is that a rap album?
Yeah.
So it looks like...
Why would you continue to walk onto the satchel?
So if she walks on your satchel like that and she pinches herself on a wall skill shot, when somebody's pinched on a wall, it's one of the best times to go for a skill shot because you can shoot it like at a point where they really have to run in like a crazy angle to dodge it.
There are actually some angles where they can't dodge it at all.
Yeah, it depends on
especially-
the width of the skill shot and what
Yeah,
it is.
especially bot lane though.
Whoa.
Oh, Riven with the plays.
The kill
Wow.
and the tower.
If you pin yourself against the wall bot lane, it's almost impossible to escape certain skill shots without flashing, like blitz hooks and thresh Qs.
Depends which wall, because Blitz's hook comes off this right end.
If you're up against the wall, if you're on blue side and you're shooting it up to red side,
Yeah. Yeah, because Blitz's pull comes off his right arm, so there's a lot of weird interactions. But, and angles. Alright, what's Sesh got? What are these boots? Alright, you generally just don't want to build this in support. Home guard if you need to get back to lane, captain are good, and
So how do we feel about that failed surrender vote by red team?
not good.
Yeah. things aren't looking great for them. They've been able to hold off to, losing too many towers, and they're only one dragon down, but...
The problem is they don't have the wave clear in order to actually stall out the game long enough to bring themselves back into relevance. The only way they can come back into relevance is if blue team fucks up really hard twice in a row or 3 times.
It comes down to their wards are very defensive, and reactive play is much harder than active play, because reactive play you have to make the correct choice, whereas active play you get to make the choice first, and it's up to them to decide. And also, if you pick Nunu, your early game needs to be much better. If you watch a Nunu comp or the LCS characters try and explain, depending on who it is, Nunu comps are really bad if they fall behind. He's not the best to play from a 5k gold deficit.
And then when picking into Nunu, Lucian's not the best ADC for...
It's not bad if you want to go really hard mid game.
Right, not that it's bad, it's just not the best. Not optimal.
He's probably one of the best with Nunu at 1 to 2 items. He is not one of the best with Nunu at 4 or 5. But it's 2 different ways to play the game.
Oh.
Every Nunu comp doesn't have to be a 6-item comp.
That's completely fair.
Yeah, I do see the Nunu Lulu Lucian do pretty well in some games.
Just to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
It's too late for him. Yeah.
Alright, Nunu, please finish your jungle item, man. Mojo Jojo.
Should always generally finish your item. Jungle item.
Yeah. I don't know what Lucian's putting on pickaxe.
I don't know.
Whew.
Oh.
Beached whale.
They don't have a single armor item on their team, so I hope he's not building Last Whisper.
Whoa.
And LG no scoped.
I mean, it's, good revenge, but they're still got pushed in really hard there.
Red team really needs to have upgraded sweepers. Close your lead harder. This is good that you guys are winning this game, but you should be able to win this game in 20 minutes and not 24 minutes. Not that red team couldn't have played better, but I'm assuming red team's random solo queue players and you are your group of people. It's winning games faster is good, and doing it correctly by sweeping and making smart plays and not just trying to YOLO and rush down the base. Because the longer the game goes, the more opportunities your teammates have to throw.
The longer the death timer, the bigger the cost.
Yeah.
So close. 52 health.
Oh, poor Thresh.
52 health.
I don't know why
on
he
that
was
dragon.
There, but,
I will say, as someone who plays jungle fairly often, I am saddened by how often the scuttles get ignored.
The scuttle's so free. Early game red buff gives you 1% of your HP per 1 or 2 seconds, and then machete gives you 20 health per 5 seconds or something when you're in combat. If you go into scuttle with 1/3 health because you have a hard clear, you come out of it with 2/3 and you can gank. It's so good.
Well, even then when you're fighting over a dragon, taking the scuttle before the dragon gives you a lot more control with that speed boost and that slow if you have to move out of the dragon pit quickly. Not to mention the vision.
I think a lot of that's comes down to pre-planning and higher level stuff. I would just like to see them incorporate it into their early builds.
Thresh, run, buddy, run, buddy.
I will say to Garen that Ninja Tabbies are actually really great against the Riven.
Yeah.
People underestimate how much of her damage comes from the auto attacks between the casts.
See, the problem with Garen is you can't play DF Garen anymore. So
That ult doing magic damage.
DF Garen.
Well, Janna won the slow runaway slap fight with Nunu, but should get out of there and not keep hanging around.
The issue I have with this is they're in base and they walk back through this jungle to kill Baron and they still have 2 sweepers up. When you walk back through this jungle, you should have swept it.
I take back what I said about the Janna stalling, because that was kept them preoccupied while they snuck that dragon. Baron. Ah. Whatever, the large, scaly, ugly thing.
Taco?
Yeah, but
Tacos are,
no, I see what you mean.
Tacos are a
for
beautiful
Last Whisper
thing.
here. He should be trying to win the game in 5 minutes, unless it's just easier to buy than BT. Sometimes if you're snowballing really hard, you want to go for the cheaper power spike items to just let you end the game.
Yeah, there's so many people without
Yo, Magic
Armored.
Pen is actually good. It's a Kappa. Alright, Phil. What does he have the skills of Magic Pen?
Garen.
Yeah, 1 second.
His ult, that is literally the only thing that does magic damage in his kit, if memory serves.
When you add in Sunfire Cape damage, though.
Kappa.
More spinning, more winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Thorn magic damage.
The monsters get... What's next, Spell Vamp?
People that I think my brother's telling me about that in season 1. People who used to play Ramus with Spell Vamp and Thorn Mouse.
Wow. Janna taking one for the team for Wally there. Oh, the greed.
Yeah, but meanwhile, in their base.
I'd like to see Wally with Brutalizer QSS instead of BC. I think if you get QSS on Revenant at this point, like, you can almost engage because you can just QSS Lux Bind and then do whatever you want. I really
That's
just like
game.
QSS.
Yeah, the
That's good.
they probably could have pushed their advantages and, like you said, with build sweepers, controlled vision more, and ended that game sooner, though.
They also should have known that was going to be their last push with how many inhibitors were down, and they should have looked to buy elixirs before that last siege. Nobody bought them. Elixirs are very good. Alright, let's see what we got here. You build Sunfire and Thorn Mail, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Alright, so like every game, let's see, dead even until 9 minutes, and 0 jungle interaction on the game until 10:30, besides Nunu taking Dragon. I would really suggest like going into the Reddit. I kind of did an overview, but this has happened like 8 games in a row. You guys could, if you want to carry in solo queue as a jungler, people always say jungle can't carry, blah blah blah. Yeah, jungle can't really carry late game on a lot of champions, but you can like sure as hell carry the game in the first 10 minutes.
Snowball your lanes.
If you camp like the living hell out of someone, not only can you get kills sometimes, they're gonna tilt so hard. Or I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. And Nunu, just really go for the aggressive wards, not the defensive wards, and finish your jungle item. And I'm just gonna look at skill order really fast. Janna, max E first, Q second, W last. People used to max W first a lot, but it's changed since the W change. Varus, you want to max Hail Varus second, especially if you're winning, because you want more burst and clip and slow to your combo. Where W is kind of more a contingent thing that you want to kill tanks late game. And let's look at statistics. There's done. I expected that. Let's see wards. Looks, this is pretty good. 3 stealth wards, 8 placed. Does she have a sweeper? No, she's a. Alright, she's totem, so 8 placed isn't the best.
How do you feel about Lux's runes?
What's Champion GG say? Oh, with the Varus? More games are won, maxing W second. I don't know. Like, my brother's had like a 60% win rate with Varus and Masters, and he's probably like one of the only Masters, Varus and Draven's players for like the last 3 years. So I kind of listen to him on this. I think that maxing W second is better like half the time. But if you're winning really hard, you just want more burst. Because you don't need the shred to kill tanks when you're winning so hard that they're not tanky. I don't know if that makes sense. But I usually just ask him if it has to do with AD carry. Nunu, 7 wards placed isn't good. You should really be looking for Sightstone on Nunu and finishing your jungle item and a sweeper. You shouldn't have warding totem this late in the game as Nunu. And Garen, not the worst.
I felt what happened in the lane because he was on the verge of killing Riven, and then we like went and saw some action bot, and then we go back up top, and then Riven started snowballing heavily.
A lot of it is he started engaging improperly. He would try to use the spin to win, even though it only had 1 point in it, to try to harass her, but then she would just get on top of him and out-trade him, and he'd limp away home.
You wanna know what happened? It goes back to my talk earlier about ult cooldowns, and they recently made Garen's better, but you still need to respect that every champion's ult cooldown, and how strong they really are on the mid-game. So, QED, Garen's beating Riven, and then remember Garen all-in Riven, and she got Riven really low, and Riven had to back?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Riven came back, and Riven had ult, and Garen didn't, and he didn't respect that she had ult, ignite, and he had nothing, and then he threw lane, like, right there.
I would like to bring some attention to Garen's rune setup.
Oh, God. Please.
He is running 3 attack speed quints.
I'm gonna hope that he's just using a jungle page and he doesn't have any other runes.
And 6 cooldown reduction blues.
It's like my Rengar page I'm Riven. Yeah, the CDR blues isn't bad, 7.5. This is a jungle page. Like, I think he just is using a jungle page. Because this is like what you run on, like, certain junglers.
Yeah.
The 7.5 is the threshold you want to hit on a jungler, and attack speed quints 80 reds are jungle-ish. I'm just going to assume he can't afford a lot of runes. And sometimes I don't like to stress runes too hard unless it's something like the Lux page that's 50 AP, because I think the person just might not be able to afford them. Like this, the 9 flat AP, like this is really bad. 9 flat AP blues. You want scaling. Also, AD carry. We have Warlord.
Do they even? They don't sell flat AP blues anymore, do they?
On Varus, you want to go 1 point in spell weaving and 1 point in Warlord usually, because you auto them and then you proc your blight. And so if you go spell weaving, like let's say you auto them 1, 2, 3 times, and then you hit your spell, it makes your Q do 3% more, or your E do 3% more, and your blight do 3% more. But it ends up being quite a bit more than Warlord, especially early game when you don't have any bonus AD and Warlord's not doing anything. But the spell weaving's really good on a lot of AD carries. Genre runes, these aren't the worst. Actually, Garen kills Riven. Yeah, Garen should beat Riven. You just really need to respect when they take Ignite and they have ult advantage on you.
The kill pressure is real.
Yeah, he just started engaging like badly. After he got behind, he just pushed so farther behind.
See, it's not cry. This is, I should just not see 50 AP mid anymore. This is like my least favorite runes. So this ends up being 10 AP. Scaling AP blues is 28. So if you do like a little mental math there, 10 divided by 28, the break-even point isn't level 9, like a lot of scaling runes. The break-even point is much closer to like level 6 or level 7, because 10 divided by 28 is a little more than 1/3, so a little more than 1/3 of the levels is 6 or 7. So like by the time you hit like level 6 or 7 and get your ultimate, scaling AP blues are like better. Like this is such like a trash rune.
Only they still sold flat blues.
I don't feel like he has a lot of kill pressure on Riven either, because Garen's very linear and you kind of know when he can kill you and when he can't. I think that he's just supposed to bully her and freeze that lane.
Riven, Garen is the antithesis of Yorick against Riven, where Yorick is supposed to beat Riven in lane before level 4, while Garen's supposed to beat Riven after level 4-ish.
Yeah, so you have to look at the lane conditionally. Riven took Ignite and Garen has TP. Garen has no pressure to kill Riven. If Garen can even freeze and get a small CS lead and keep Riven in lane, she doesn't have any out. Like, sometimes I say, like, if you're Maokai and you're losing lane, your win condition is to TP and gank lanes. Riven doesn't have that option to her when she takes Ignite. So just like freezing and taking the small CS lead and respecting ganks, ignite, and ultimate would be her best move here. But it's a skill matchup in a sense too, because it kind of comes down to how good is the Riven player and when does Garen use his silence, because that really determines how the trade plays out. That is like the one skillful thing to Garen's kit when he uses silence in a trade. But alright. Yeah, don't flame chat.
I will say that yes, it's a skill matchup, but at that point, any matchup in Diamond 1 is a skill matchup.
A skill matchup means that the champions are close to even and the better player will win. I'll give an example of something that's not a skill matchup. Vayne versus Corki.
Vlad versus Maokai.
No, I think Maokai goes even. I actually have like a triumphant rise to prove that Maokai does okay against Vlad, and the Vlad player is like D2 or D1. But you have to take attack speed reds, and you have to just go even in CS and not try and pressure Vlad. But I don't know. I don't have like 5 minutes to explain it. It's not as bad as you think, though.
Jace versus Jax.
That's a pretty rough line. The Jace has to be able to do the hammer trick to Jax E jump.
Yep.
But if he can't do the hammer trick, Jax can actually do okay. And actually, if Jax gets a jungle gank and Jax gets a good flash counter strike behind Jace, so Jace can't do the hammer trick, it's actually an okay lane for Jax. But Maokai can go exactly Baba. See, Baba is always in my camp. Maokai can go even in any lane. You guys are haters. Any other questions?
Where do babies come from?
Where do babies come from? I can tell you where horse babies come from. And people babies. I've taken enough regular classes. Sperm zygote.
Okay. Better question. Where did Mordekaiser and Hecarim come from?
I don't know, man.
The Shadow Isle?
I would say the biggest thing in these games, though, is like both mid laners, or a lot of these games is CS early game and CS mid game. I see a lot of people who are okay at CS first 10 minutes, and then they're not finding farm in the correct spots in mid game. And it's a really hard thing to explain, but next time you watch a stream, make a note of a Masters or Challengers player, because they're not going to fall behind in CS in the mid game. And this is one of the reasons I think Banner is bad, because it kind of denies CS in the mid game. But also, I see some people who are good at CS in the mid game, but they're not CSing in the early game. And if you have pickaxe instead of BF sword, even if you're better than the guy you're playing, like the difference is just so big that it might not matter.
Wait a second. What are you talking about? You're giving a bunch of CS to the support.
Kappa. Does support get money for everything that Frank kills?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad the goal is going to the right spot.
Yep, you learn more from being the loser than you do from being the champion. That's why it's very rare to have teams in almost anything ever be consistent champions like several years running.
You gotta have the killer instinct, man. You gotta. One of the ways you can really improve as a player, and I talked about this in the guide that I did, is if you only take criticism from when you lose, you're only improving half the time. And if you're a good player, like, you're only improving 40% of the time, because your win rate should be 55 to 60 across queues. But like, if you're really driven, you need to be able to look at everything and evaluate not only how you should have done it better, but how you would play it if your opponent actually played it correctly. Because if you just look on how to beat like your crappy opponents, when your opponents become better, you won't have like thought that trade or that process through correctly, and you'll kind of be at like a weird spot. It's always what is it called? Optimal scenario analysis, where you analyze what you would actually do if your opponent wasn't trash. Vladimir Leather disagrees with you.
I can't disagree with you. I mean, I could. I'm just choosing not to.
Yeah, I mean, you can. That's a pretty easy argument to play DA too, devil's advocate, but it's
not necessary.
no, it's you. You just always need to look to learn, and that's why I'm not a big fan of playing to win, because it operates under the conditional that winning's the ultimate goal. But that means that if you make a mistake and win, then it may not be a mistake, and if you do something right and lose, it's still a mistake because you lost. Whereas if you're operating under the assumption that you're playing to improve, you can improve regardless of what the outcome is, positive or negative.
Because the only thing that you have 100% control over in your game is how you are playing and the decisions that you are making.
Mm-hmm. And sample size of 1 too. So many people I know like change their role, or like top laner will like play AD the next day because like one AD did bad in one game. I always tell people, look at your last 20 games. Like, if your win rate is like 50% or below, like, you're not doing as well as you think you are. It's not that one crappy Graves. But yeah, AP Cog's OP. Beba's right. You gotta be able to play AP Cog though. It's the new Xerath.
Stupid AP Cog.
Does anybody else have questions before I kill it? I kind of just ranted for like 10 minutes.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're done here.
Alright, word.
Aside from trying to keep the Twitch chat from turning into a flame.
It's not too bad. Baba restores the peace. Anytime anybody disagrees with me, Baba just like reaffirms that what I'm saying is correct. Malachi can go even. Thank you, Baba.
No, Baba, tell Horse how bad he is. Tell him that he's like bronze 5 with 7.
Please.
I still stand by after hearing Bao Bao's voice that he is I'm a cutie pie in disguise.
Yeah, the Pwn was making fun of me the other day because Bao Bao and I both have like voices that kind of, what was it, slur?
Kind of do this and you just kind of chill and all.
Yeah, our voices are very slow and long.
Yeah.
Just next time he says that, just tell Pwn he sounds exactly like his little brother, and that'll end the conversation real quick.
Alright, I'm gonna clip stream so this doesn't get like wasted.
Yeah.